In the deep night, immersed in darkness and gloom, the small town was enveloped in sinister superstition. The disappearances occurring on the outskirts of the town took on an even darker tone. Outrage and fear gripped the hearts of the inhabitants as they realized there was something inhuman that had taken residence among them. The moon observed from the celestial vault, but the clouds prevented its rays from piercing through to the earth. In this darkness, danger lurked. Legends spoke of ancient demons awakening once in a century to spread their shadowy wings over the world. The eerie atmosphere intensified as a group of brave townsfolk decided to embark on a quest for the truth behind the happenings. Eric, a courageous monster hunter, peered into the darkness, but his soul was enveloped in fear. Casting a glance at his companions, he vowed to protect them from the darkness that vanished in the cold embrace of the night. The group ventured beyond the town and cautiously made their way through a narrow path leading into the depths of the grim forest. Nature around them froze in anticipation of a calamity, and the wind howled as if warning them of an impending plunge into the abyss. Scarcely had they stepped foot at the crossroads when shapes of mysterious creatures burst forth from the trees. The eyes of these creatures gleamed with eerie radiance, and their enraged cries tore through the night air. The weapons in the townspeople's hands rang, but in this silent battle, they realized they were but feeble resistance against the unholy power. Each blow, each shot was but a fleeting flash from the outside, but their faces slowly filled with horror. Claws and fangs pierced their flesh, and blood flowed like rivers on the ground. They fell one by one, consumed by this sinister darkness, with little time remaining until the complete subjugation of the town. Eric, exhausted and maimed, gathered his last remaining strength for a justified strike. The fire of his inner warrior ignited, and he rose to confront the triumphant army of demons. The battle reached its resounding finale, and with a grim crunch, the last demon fell before Eric. Victory had been achieved, but its price was excessively high. The town was engulfed in darkness and death, and the dark forces dragged their souls into an eternal abyss. Eric was left alone in a world where there was no one left to save. With his sword lowered and eyes reflecting bitterness and loss, he turned to walk away, but the darkness, laughing at his defeat, surrounded him from all sides. The world around him became an additional hell in which he would wander eternally, unable to contend with the darkness he had taunted. Thus, this tale of horror and tragedy came to an end, leaving behind a town abandoned in darkness and endless emptiness. The last monster hunter cowered in the bitterness of his defeat, and his fate, like the fate of the town, got lost in the bottomless whirlwind of horror and despair.